Joe Wheeler Park in Lauderdale County is one of the most popular state parks in the entire Tennessee Valley. But did you know that the park is entrenched with African American history? I traveled to Rogersville to learn more. Every month, you can find local families getting physically fit while learning about historical facts right here in the Tennessee Valley. The group, which is known as Black Kids Adventures, has a solid following and is spearheaded by the Stevens family.
My family and I, just noticed that there was a need for an organization that would create opportunities for other Black families to come out and find joy in community and in nature.
During Black History Month, members of Black Kids Adventures traveled out to Rogersville for a hiking trail through Joe Wheeler Park, a place with tons of hidden history when it comes to African Americans. Our first stop on the trail bringing us to a random piece of land in the park. Sure, it doesn't look like much now, but 70 plus years ago, it was quite important for African Americans in this state who wanted to enjoy life on the outdoors.
In the 1950s, that area was referred to as the Negro Recreation Area. And the whole point was to give a safe space for Negro families to enjoy themselves in the great outdoors.
Consider this. The small portion of Joe Wheeler Park that you see here was the only area in all of Alabama state parks in which African Americans could gather and have any sort of recreational fun.
The outdoors, the joy, the community that it brings, it has always been a part of who we are as a people, part of our culture.
Next on the journey, we were reminded about a pair of African American men who held very high rankings.
Joe Wheeler State Park is the space where the very first African-American park ranger, Mr. Howard Fuqua, from 1952 to 1956, and he was followed by the second African-American park ranger in the state of Alabama, Mr. Samuel Hardin, and we're so excited that today we got to walk on a trail fondly named after Mr. Samuel Hardin.
Our final part of the trail takes us to the beautiful banks where the creek meets the lake. Once upon a time, organizations like the Boy Scouts were even segregated in the South. So the area, which is now known as Camp Drake Reservation, served and hosted Black Boy Scouts of the Tennessee Valley Council who could not join the all-white Camp Westmoreland.
Beginning in the 1940s, Negro communities from around would have Boy Scout camps right on these grounds. And it's just remarkable that we can share and educate today's families about the great rich history that was here.
And so ends our journey to Joe Wheeler Park, a place that is entrenched with African American history. There are more places like this around the Tennessee Valley, and the folks at Black Kids Adventures intend to do a deep dive into those for one specific reason.
It's important for stories like this to be told and carried on so that they can live. When we don't share these stories, the history dies.
For more information about African American involvement with state parks in the South, you can check out the book, A Landscape of Exclusion by William O'Brien.